Okay, so we pulled the old door out, framed in for a new exterior door. The old door was tight this way, so there would have been no room for trim around it. So I pushed it out a little ways, moved everything over here, which meant pulling the electrical back up into the attic from that hole, drilling a new hole, bringing the electrical back down, and then we'll put the light switches on another stud here. And then today I'm going to reframe this window because, as you can see, the sill plate is bowing really bad. They didn't frame this the right way the first time, so we'll get it right this time. And then if you look here, the beam that the roof is sitting on is tipped out at the bottom. So we're gonna have to fill the gap here about halfway up so that the drywall can sit flat from the studs all the way up to the ceiling. So it's gonna be a little bit of work to get that right, but this is the kind of stuff that I'm dealing with every day. So we're gonna end up pulling all of this plywood off. You can see right here where the water damage has been, and it looks worse on the inside. So we're gonna go ahead and pull off all of this old OSB and resheet it and then throw the window in. None of it was square anyway. The window was all messed up, not straight in there, so we're just gonna redo it all and get it right. Okay, I'll show you guys what I have going on here. Originally, they had two studs stacked running all the way to the ground here with no bottom plate, and then it's butted up against the old siding here, which left a nice convenient little gap on the back side, which one, they had a lot of water flowing in because the concrete's beveled back here and the drainage is running the wrong direction. So that ended up rotting most of the studs that were here. One, because they're not pressure treated, and two, because they shouldn't be running all the way to the ground anyway. They should be sitting on the bottom plate, but nothing's gonna do well when it's just sitting in water and wet, muddy debris. So what I did was pulled those out. I'm gonna put a new bottom plate in the bottom, and I'm gonna run it all the way to the existing bottom plate that runs the other direction. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put a new post in here. Probably just for structural reasons, I'll go get a 4x4 instead of 2x, just because it's supporting the big beam up here that's holding the ceiling up. So that's what I got going on.
Hey guys, Dalton is ready. He got it all cleaned up. It's all brand new. All the framing is done right. The doors moved over and bigger. It's all nice and ready to go.
I was just gonna say, look.
Looks really good. What do you think? Good? So this weekend's gonna be fun because my dad came down and we're gonna go see the Parade of Homes and daydream about the things that we might have one day. No, just kidding, kind of, but it'll be fun to kind of get some like design ideas. My dad's building a house right now, and then we're obviously renovating our house, so it'll be fun to get some ideas, maybe some things that we like. Like last year I took a bunch of pictures of the things that I liked, and I've kind of been able to go back and look at it for ideas, but it'll be fun to see what we see this year. And then while my dad's down here, he's an electrician, so he's going to help us move a few switches and just do like a little bit of wiring up in that back bedroom. And then we're good for sheetrock, right? Yeah. Okay, these are some things we found at the Parade of Homes that we really liked and want to maybe implement in our house. So we love the under cabinet lighting. We think it looks very classy and clean. And then all of us love these lights. I think the antique looking brass is super cute and unique and something we can keep in mind when we are designing one of our other bathrooms. I loved the freestanding bathtub faucet. We have one bathroom with a bathtub that I'd love to incorporate this in. This brick wall is so cozy and moody. I like this idea for the basement. I want to make that room an office space or a spare bedroom, and I think regardless, this would look really good. Okay, Dalton already had this idea for our back living room for like a bookshelf, and I wasn't in love with the idea, but it was good to see it in real life and made me more open to the idea. I love, love, love the rock wall. It's all over Italy, and I loved seeing it there. And if we can afford it, I would love to make an accent wall somewhere in my kitchen or my living room like this. And then this is the last one I have, but I love these wood French doors, and I think it's an idea we can keep for some French doors leading out to our backyard. Okay, so I'm going to show you the electrical work that we're going to get done today. It shouldn't be too much, and it shouldn't take too long. But when we walk into the back bedroom, I'll show you, or back living room. When you walk in, this light switch turns on a light out there. And then the light switch that turns on that light is all the way over here. And so we want to move that light switch. So this is the bathroom that we're working on. The light switch we want to move over here. So when you walk in the room, flip it on. The reason that we're getting that done now and not later is because the bathroom's right there and we already have the sheetrock off and everything. So before we put sheetrock, if the electrician ever needed to access anything, they can get that done now versus later. And then what if we have to cut the sheetrock for something? So we were just trying to be ahead of the game this time instead of behind like we were the whole time we worked on that back room. See, that's where the light switch is. So it's just going to be easier to be able to run the wires without the sheetrock. Okay, guys. How much better is this? It's so nice to just walk in the room where a light switch would normally be, and it's there. Good morning, guys. So the Parade of Homes went really well. We had a lot of fun. The interior design of a lot of the houses weren't anything that like any of us would personally use in our house. We can appreciate it and respect it and know that it was, you know, really well done and decorated, but I feel like last year's Parade of Homes had way more design that I would incorporate in my house personally. But we did take pictures of like the light fixtures in the bathroom and certain tiles and just little things here and there that we could maybe incorporate into our house. But as far as like the whole design and whatnot, kind of like, you know, but there was a lot of cool things. Yesterday I drove up to show my dad Irma, our new rental property, just to get some ideas of what we could maybe do in there and just show him, because we want to see if he'll do the electrical work for us in there. And I think we got some really good ideas, so I'm pretty excited about that. Like, we just want to get it to a point where it's nice enough to rent but not do a complete gut and house remodel. So obviously the kitchen's gotta go, the bathroom's gotta go, and the carpet in the bedroom needs to go. So I think that there's some good things that we can do, hopefully not break the bank on it and get it to a point where we can rent it. So yeah, I'm excited. So we will keep you updated with that. Gage and I are on a walk before I go to work. So, okay guys, I will see you later.